Let's dive into some examples of tenses to see how they work their magic. The present tense is like saying, I am eating an apple. It describes what is happening right now, making the action feel immediate and real. Now, if we switch to the past tense, we might say, I ate an apple. This tells us that the action happened in the past, giving us a sense of history and context. And for the future tense, we could say, I will eat an apple. This projects the action into the future, filling us with anticipation and expectation. Think of it like a play. The present tense is like watching the action unfold on stage right now. It brings immediacy and excitement, making us feel as though we are part of the story as it happens. The present tense is vibrant and engaging, drawing us into the moment and making us feel connected to the characters and events. The past tense is like looking back at a photo album of the play from yesterday. It allows us to reflect on what has happened, to learn from our experiences, and to understand how we have arrived at the present moment. The past tense gives us perspective, helping us to see the bigger picture and to appreciate the journey we have taken. And the future tense is like imagining what exciting scenes might happen in tomorrow's performance. It allows us to dream, to plan, and to look forward to what is to come. The future tense is filled with possibility and anticipation, giving us hope and motivation to move forward. Without tenses, the story of our language would be incomplete. They are the threads that weave our narratives together, giving them structure and meaning. Tenses allow us to share our experiences, to connect with others, and to understand the world around us. They are truly magical, transforming our words into stories that can be shared and cherished. The present tense is all about the here and now. It's used for things that are always true, routines we follow, and actions happening this very instant. Let's explore the different flavors of the present tense. This tense is as straightforward as it gets. We use it for universal truths, like, the earth revolves around the sun. No matter what, that statement holds true. The simple present is also great for describing our daily routines and habits. I wake up at 7 a.m. every morning, or she walks her dog in the park after work. These sentences paint a picture of actions that happen regularly. Imagine you're watching a live stream. The action is happening right before your eyes, and you can see every moment as it unfolds. This is the essence of the present continuous tense. That's what the present continuous tense feels like. It's happening right now. It's like being in the moment, experiencing the action as it occurs. We use it for actions that are in progress. Whether someone is typing on a laptop, painting a wall, or jogging in the park, these activities are ongoing. I am writing this essay is a perfect example. The action of writing is happening at this very moment, and it's something you can observe. The action of writing is happening at this very moment. You can see the words forming on the page as the writer's thoughts flow. This tense is also handy for talking about ongoing activities, even if they're not happening at the exact second you're speaking. For instance, people might be working in an office, exercising in a gym, or cooking in a kitchen. For example, they are building a new skyscraper downtown. This sentence tells us that the construction is currently in progress. The construction is an ongoing project. You can imagine the workers, the machinery, and the materials all coming together to create something new. This is the power of the present continuous tense. It brings actions to life as they happen. The present perfect tense is a bit of a time traveler. It connects the past to the present. We use it for actions that started in the past and have a connection to the present moment. For example, I have visited Paris twice. The visits happened in the past, but the experience of having been to Paris is still relevant to who I am today. The perfect continuous present tense is like a combination of the present perfect and the present continuous. It emphasizes the duration of an action that began in the past and continues into the present. Imagine someone says, I have been learning to play the guitar for a year. This tells us they started learning a year ago and are still engaged in the process of learning today. Moving on to the past, these tenses are all about recounting events and experiences that have already happened. They're like looking through a scrapbook of memories, each photo representing a moment in time. The simple past is perfect for describing single completed actions in the past. It's like taking a snapshot of a specific moment. For instance, he ate breakfast early this morning, or she graduated from university last year. These sentences tell us about actions that began and ended in the past. Imagine you're describing a scene from a movie. You might say, the wind was howling and rain was lashing against the windows. This is the past continuous tense in action. It sets the stage and describes actions that were in progress at a specific moment in the past. This tense is also used to talk about an action that was interrupted by another action in the past. For example, I was reading a book when the phone rang. The past perfect tense helps us understand the sequence of events that happened in the past. It's like a time ordering tool. For instance, by the time I arrived at the party, everyone had already left. This tells us that the action of everyone leaving happened before the action of me arriving. The perfect continuous past actions with lasting impact. This tense is a bit of a mouthful, but it's not as complicated as it sounds. It highlights the duration of an action that was ongoing before another action in the past. Imagine someone says, she had been running for an hour when she finally reached the finish line. This emphasizes that the action of running was continuous for a period of time leading up to the moment she reached the finish line. Section 4. Gazing into the crystal ball. Future tenses. Now let's peer into the future. These tenses are all about expressing actions and events that haven't happened yet. They allow us to talk about our plans, predictions, and dreams. The simple future, plans and predictions. The simple future tense is our go-to for talking about things we plan to do or things we think will happen. It's like making a promise or a guess about the future. For example, I will call you tomorrow, or the weather forecast says it will rain on Friday. These sentences express intentions and predictions about the future. The continuous future, a glimpse into the future. This tense gives us a sneak peek into what will be happening at a specific point in the future. It's like fast-forwarding to a particular moment and observing the action. For instance, at 8 p.m. tonight I will be having dinner with friends. This sentence paints a picture of an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. The future perfect accomplishments, yet to come. The future perfect tense is all about looking ahead to a future point and talking about something that will be completed by then. It's like setting a goal and imagining achieving it. For example, by next year I will have finished writing my novel. This expresses the completion of an action by a specific time in the future. The future perfect continuous dedication over time. This tense emphasizes the duration of an action that will continue until a specific point in the future. It's like highlighting the ongoing effort and commitment to something. For instance, by 2030 scientists will have been studying climate change for decades. This sentence emphasizes the continuous effort of studying climate change over a long period. Section 5, Tenses in Action, bringing it all together. This is where everything we've learned comes into play, and we see how the past, present, and future tenses interact to form a cohesive narrative. Congratulations on making it to the end of our tense journey. You've done an incredible job navigating through the complexities of English tenses. We've explored the past, present, and future, uncovering the nuances of each tense and how they work together to create a complete picture of time in the English language. Each tense has its own unique role, but they are all interconnected, painting a vivid tapestry of events and actions. While it may seem like a lot to remember, the key is to practice. Just like any other skill, mastering tenses requires consistent effort and application. Think of tenses like learning a new dance move. At first, the steps might seem confusing and you might stumble. At first it might feel awkward and unfamiliar. You might make mistakes and feel frustrated, but with practice and repetition, it becomes second nature. The more you use tenses in your daily conversations and writing, the more natural they will feel. So, go forth and experiment with different tenses in your writing and conversation. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of the learning process. You'll be amazed at how much more fluent and expressive your English will become. With time and practice, you'll gain confidence and proficiency, making your communication more effective and engaging. Keep practicing, and soon, using tenses will be as natural as breathing.